When it comes to losing weight, it's quite a process, but everybody always wants that magic pill, that magic something that's going to help them get over the hump. And although there may not be that exactly, we do have something cool to tell you about today. It's called Belviq. Dr. Snellgrove, what is Belviq?
Belviq is the new weight loss medication that has been released and approved by the FDA and was just put on the market within the last few weeks and is actually being distributed to the pharmacies and being detailed in the physician's offices now.
All right, so Belviq, how does it work? How is it different than the other ones that are currently on the market?
Well, Belviq works through serotonin receptors in the brain, specifically the hypothalamus. And what it does with those receptors is once it activates them or gets involved with them, it increases your satiety. It makes you feel like you're not hungry. It makes you feel like you've already eaten and you're full. Okay. It doesn't decrease your appetite like other appetite suppressants do. It just makes you feel like you're full, and when you feel full, you're not hungry.
That's right. So how do you take this?
You take it by mouth twice a day. It's 10 milligrams twice a day, and it can be taken long term. It's indicated for people with a BMI or body mass index greater than 30, which is greater than 30 is obesity. That's the term. And anybody with a BMI greater than 27 that has actually two comorbidities associated with their weight. And by comorbidities, I mean hypertension, diabetes, hyperlipidemia. Any of those, and there's a few others, will indicate that you, with a body mass index over 27, that you are a candidate for Belviq.
All right, so is that only who you will give this to? Say someone comes in and they're at, say, 22. Would you prescribe this to them?
A 22 BMI, that's a person that's pretty thin at that point, and most likely, no, we would not prescribe it for somebody with a BMI of 22.
And that's what you guys are great at, is diagnosing and assessing each individual patient and finding the right course for them to meet whatever their goals are. So we want to talk about that. I mentioned prescribing it. Where can you get it, and how does it work when someone wants to ask you about it?
Well, number one, you can get it at Eastern Shore Weight Loss.
There you go.
But it's available in the pharmacies now. It's by prescription only. You can get it by you just coming in. We'll talk about it. We'll sit down. We'll go over your past medical history. We'll go over your, your weight, your current medicines. It cannot be given with certain medicines. It does have drug-to-drug interaction, so you've got to be careful with that. But if you come in and we talk about it, we can get it. You can get it from us, and we'll send you to the pharmacy.
My last question here is: from what you've heard so far, what are the early reviews? How are people feeling about Belviq?
People are feeling pretty good about it right now. We've had good response on it. We've had good feedback for the beginning of the last month and this month, and we've been very encouraged that people are really going to stick with this. You can actually take this long term too. It's not one of those you can only take for a few months and get off of. You can stick with this for quite a while. And I do want to emphasize, this is not a quickie. It's not going to take the weight off real quick. So if you're coming in going, my daughter has a wedding in a month and I've got to lose 3 dress sizes, which is not reasonable anyway, this is not the medicine for you. This is somebody who's serious about getting the weight off, taking their time about it, and keeping the weight off long term.
All right, well, if you feel you're a candidate for Belviq and that this could help you, feel free to contact the folks at Eastern Shore Weight Loss. All of their information is on our webpage, studio10 at fox10tv.com. Thanks a lot, Doctor.
Thank you.